Hey everyone, I have been working with a very limited palette since COVID began for multiple reasons, but I've found that this is really the only palette that I need. Um, and I wanted to just show you how I mix it up. So I have permanent rose, which is the red, Windsor yellow, which is the yellow you see, and French ultramarine blue. Those are the colors I've been using, and titanium white. Now you see me here mixing just little tiny bits of the permanent rose, which is really strong, with my Windsor yellow, and I've come up with a beautiful orange that pretty much says orange. It could be sort of um, a deep yellow, I guess, but that looks like orange to me. Now, to make my purple, I mix ultramarine blue, a little bit of the permanent or lesser of the permanent rose, a little bit of white, and give that a mix. Now I'm adding a little bit more white just so that I can see clearly that it's a purple. It's still on the darker side or the deeper value side of things, which I like. I like it to stay down there. Um, and here you see me being very careful to clean my palette before I move to my next color mixture. This palette has just been so great for me, and and I and when I teach, I kind of see a lot of people or a lot of students mixing colors or creating secondaries that just don't read very well. Now, this is what I call a king's blue or a beautiful sky blue, and that's just my French ultramarine blue, which leans towards red um, and white. And that mixture is about half and half. And that's what I call my king's blue mix. I love having that on my palette. Now I'm cleaning up and I'm going to mix a green. And recently I have mentees that are struggling with their color mixtures, and I've noticed over the years when I teach that when I ask students to mix a green, they mix something that's very, very dark in value. And what I find that helps me when I move through a painting is having a real green, a green that screams its name. Bright, bold, um, and not too dark. So with mostly Windsor yellow and a little bit of my French ultramarine blue, I get that bright, beautiful green. Cleaning up as I go. Now, those are my secondaries. The orange, the purple, the green, and then I add that king's blue to my secondary mix. But now I'm going to mix a quiet gray. Why? Well, I think most of the world is made up of gray mixtures. And so if I use my three colors in white, like I've created my secondaries with, I'm going to come up with a gray that is cohesive with all of my colors, right? Because all of these colors live within this gray mix that you'll see. So what I do is I put a little bit of red, a little bit of yellow, a little bit more blue, because the red seems to overpower, red and yellow seems to overpower the blue, so we need to push that blue a little bit more. Give that a mix, and you see them all quickly canceling one another out. I can see right away that that's a really nice gray that's not leaning towards any certain color. Then I mix a good bit of white in with it to bring it down to a middle value, which you see it blends fairly well with my palette. So that's a nice quiet gray mixture. Now I'm splitting it in half. Why? Because when I have my gray pile, I like to have a cooler one and a warmer one. So what I do is just split it in half and then push some of that permanent rose in to the second half of my gray. And it's, subtle, but one appears now to be definitely cooler than the other. And that's what I like to be equipped with when I start a painting. I hope this helps you going forward. Thank you so much.